Dan untuk membahas lebih lanjut terkait dengan strategi POH Group dalam mendorong transformasi bisnis, PT Techno9 Indonesia Tbk dengan kode saham 9 sudah hadir bersama saya di studio Mr. Po Kai Ping, CEO dari POH Group Singapore. Good morning, Mr. Po.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us here on Market Buzz. So we'll be start with POH Group's acquisition of Techno9 with a stock code of 9.
Yes.
What was the background to this acquisition, and how attractive was actually Techno9, especially coming from the POH Group?
Yeah, the bigger objective is to come into Indonesian market, because in ASEAN, Indonesia market is one of the most promising country with the vast resources, and it's so close to Singapore. We have so many friends, and with the resources, we would like to bring in technology and capital to develop the market. I think there's a lot of advantage, and Techno9 was available, and they are in the IT, and IT and technology is always together. We have to implement both, and I would like to do more. Hopefully can develop this company.
It is interesting that as a mining company, you will do the acquisition, or you do or did the acquisition on the technology company. What are the considerations behind this?
Because it was available, and we believe that we can bring a lot of synergy. We are keeping the IT business, but we want to upgrade and expand the business to higher value added IT. And then we need the shareholder support and do the necessary EGM. We need the shareholder to log into the online to vote, because we have a huge shareholder base, which we are very happy. We have more than 11,000 shareholder, which is very exciting for us, and we believe that we can bring a lot of value add to the company.
And of course, the stakeholders will be included to this decision on the next corporate action. There will be
first will be EGM. Every vote count. We like to. It's not the small vote or big vote. It's the support that we want to have. We want to move the company into the next level and expand the company into mining, energy, and hopefully some other potential.
Okay, I believe that could be included to the POH Group strategy to accelerate 9 business transformation. Is there any elaborated answer that will be conveyed by you related to that, the strategies to accelerate 9's business transformation in the future?
Of course, the transformation is going to be step by step, but the immediate objective is to strengthen the financial position of the company, and then after that, we would like to complete the RTO exercise to inject our mining and energy business into Techno9. And also we are also looking at a few potential domestically, and we believe there are a lot of area of cooperation, not only in the mining, in bringing value added service to the mining industry, such as maybe downstream, like coal chemical, coal to fertilizer, coal to methanol, waste to energy, renewable integration to mining operation, renewable energy integrating to traditional energy. So there's huge potential,
Yeah. So I kind of realized that the importance of implementing high technology in every sector is really important. How do you see the importance of implementing high technology in mining sector? How do you see that will work effectively in terms of your acquisition?
The mining sector has got a very conventional way of doing things, and there are a lot of opportunity to cut waste. We believe we can bring in technology and know-how to bring down costs, be more efficient. Most importantly, we'd like to do more value added by going downstream. Coal can transform into many other products. So the capex will be higher, but we want to develop it because Indonesia has huge land, a lot of resources, and big population. So for example, if we do coal to fertilizer, it's a huge strategic requirement for the country to support the food security.
Yeah, and it needs technology.
You need technology, definitely, and the technology has developed in such a scale and size that we can implement it gradually, and all these are proven technology that's already operating. It's not, we are not taking any risk. It's just that we have to mobilize the shareholder support, the technology, and the capital to develop the market.
So, considering the original core business of 9, as the company of technology. So as a controlling shareholder, is the POH Group pushing Nine to shift its focus entirely to the mining and energy sectors, or is there any
we are not
technology
giving
as
up
a core
the technology,
business
as I
before,
say.
previously?
Yeah. Technology is still the core business technology is still very important. We still want to develop that, and we can go into a lot of sector in IT. Imagine IT not just selling laptop and server. We can go into much higher value added product, especially Internet of Things, software development, even today's world of AI development, integrating a solution into operation. These are all very exciting period. We will expand into mining because my core business in POH Group is mining and energy. We would like to bring our expertise and hopefully bring technology together into Indonesia.
Yeah, so I believe that you have a great view on predicting the growth of the mining and energy sector in the world. So how do you see that? How actually POH Group predicting or projecting the growth of mining and energy sector in the world, especially nowadays?
Ironically, with the world turmoil, it's kind of positive for any kind of resources. Even a big country like China never stopped developing their coal power. Power is very strategic. It become a competitive advantage for many countries, especially if you want to drive AI. So China also continue to develop their renewable, but they never give up their coal power plant. So I think the only way to look at it is how do we use technology to develop this coal sector to be much lower in emission. There are a lot of available clean coal technology. There are coal chemical that can make coal into many useful products, including what I say, fertilizer, methanol, ammonia, hydrogen, which is the future of maybe 30 years from now. So we need to enhance this and make our potential realized in a big country like Indonesia.
Yeah, okay, so you see the potential globally and domestically. In Indonesia, you also see the growth of this.
There's a resurgence of that means resurgence of belief in coal, although they always believe coal is not clean, but you can have technology to use it clean in a clean way.
Yeah, it is interesting when you say the current situation, the geopolitical conflict that happened in the Middle East. Some people or some sector consider that as a blessing in disguise. How do you see that specifically? Looking that as the potency of the thing that will be boosting the financial performance of Nine as the company, or POH Group as the company?
Of course, nobody want to have war and having people being into a war situation, but this also reflect the sometimes the uncertainty in the global situation. We have to maximize whatever resources we have. And Indonesia is a resource-rich country with a huge population. We believe we can enhance the integration of technology with resources. I believe that eventually the world will find its own footing. After the war, there will be lots of opportunity to rebuild. And then we want to be in the right position to capitalize on it.
Okay, so considering Indonesia as the one of the prospective country in terms of the growth of mining and energy sector, do you see any potential acquisition that will be done by the company in terms of coal mining in Indonesia?
Yes.
So far, you have it, or you plan to have it?
Yeah, of course, it's subjected to shareholder support and regulatory compliance. We are in discussion with many potential. There will be a strong interest to enter into the mining sector, resource sector, not limited to coal, but we will be starting with coal because we have some downstream technology that we believe we can deploy. I believe that we want to develop more business potential in Indonesia itself.
It is interesting also when we did our conversation before we start the talk show, that you said that you as a company, POH Group also has a technology that already implemented in the mining sector as your core business, and you bring it also or collaborated also with what actually already
You see,
had by the nine
we
company?
have quite solid track record. For example, in joint venture partnership with one of the largest fertilizer group in China, we have built the world largest phosphate beneficiation plant in Saudi Arabia for the Saudi government, Ma'aden in Al Jalami, $430 million project. So we have good partnership, we have access to technology. We would like to bring this into Indonesian market as long as we can get the support of the shareholder and get the support of the regulator, and of course whether the opportunity present to us in Indonesia, we would like to seize the opportunity.
Okay, the sustainability side of mining sector is being exposed by a lot of people or
NGOs.
Yeah. How do you
Green
see
movement.
that? How do you see that as the thing that need to be prioritized in the future? So we're going to
I
continue that after the break,
Yeah,
Mr. Fo.
for sure,
Dan
sure.
Bursa, tetap bersama kami. Selanjutnya kami akan segera kembali. Ya, terima kasih Anda masih bergabung bersama kami dan saya masih berbincang bersama Bapak KP Po, CEO POH Group Singapore. So, continuing the question that I already asked you before the break about the sustainability part of the mining sector business. How do you see that as a thing that need to be prioritized?
I think mining is a very hardcore business.
Yeah.
There are a lot of opportunity to reduce the emission during the mining operation by introducing some very good low emission strategy. At the same time, we also like to integrate some kind of renewable within the mining operation. So hopefully, eventually, we can achieve net zero emission of the overall operation. And then if we are able to go downstream, there are technology that we can use to really cut down on the emission and hopefully capture all the carbon, and then we make into product so that we can have achieve a net zero situation. This is our vision, that we believe that is achievable.
Yeah, this is becoming a very important issues that have been talked about by the global community. So I want to move to the financial side of the Nine as the company. How do you see or how do you target the growth of the financial side of Nine when you already do the acquisition on the company?
Yeah, when we look at the company, it's not a big company. So the first thing to do is to strengthen the financial position. So we need the shareholders, please log in, vote, support our initiative. We would like to strengthen the financial position of the company first. Then we want to complete the RTO exercise as soon as possible. We need to, of course, comply with all the requirements of the regulator, including valuation, including all the due diligence. So a lot of work to be done, but we like to expedite that and get it completed so that we can move forward with a full swing of business implementation.
So after acquiring Techno9, which is a technology company, does POH Group believe that Nine's technology can support the acceleration of business transformation and achieve the planned business growth target?
Yeah, with the combined, at the end of the day, technology, IT, and traditional brick and mortar business, we believe there's a lot of synergy that we can achieve. Yeah, for sure.
So how do you describe or how do you project the demand of the product of the coal or another product that had been produced by?
Wow, huge potential.
Yeah.
Like I say, Indonesia is a huge country. For example, waste to energy, coal to energy, biomass to energy, integrating with renewable, decentralization of modular plant. There's a lot of technology that we can bring to Indonesia. I believe that we only do product that we believe the market and offtake is available. So we are in business, and we are in business to provide product that is needed by the market.
Yeah, that's important.
And you have a lot of resources for us to start. You don't have resources, you don't even have opportunity to do that. Now, I think Indonesia is in the very bright spot in ASEAN, and in fact, Indonesia is like the center of the world now, actually, because it's a really developing region. and you have a lot of resources, what you want is technology and capital to develop the market, and you have a big base to support whatever initiative, then of course you can grow global. You don't have to look at just Indonesia. That's why for us being an overseas company, we bring different perspective. And Singapore, Indonesia so close for so many years. We are like the financial hub. We can provide a lot of other support besides knowledge. We can provide international financing.
Yeah. So we've talked about the potency of the mining sector growth in the future. Like the potency is there, like really promising. But we also want to talk about the competitiveness side of this sector. How do you see the competition inside this sector?
Well, the competition is always there. Every sector have competition. The more efficient you are, the better deployment of technology you have, you become more cost competitive compared to other places. Certain places or country has got natural competitive advantage, but Indonesia has its own strength that we want to leverage. And I believe ASEAN being a growth market give us a big potential playground and customer base, and with the resources and young population we can train, we believe we can grow this company into not only an Indonesian company, even a multinational company.
Yeah, sure. So talking about the challenges, what are the challenges that so far are being faced by the POH company or 9 companies so far, and what are the challenges that will be faced in the future? How do you predict that?
I think the challenges exist everywhere. I believe is manageable. I am very optimistic about the future. However, we still have to, of course, navigate the regulatory requirement.
Is it the trend of the demand of the regulations by the government?
We can see a lot of improvement in the regulation, but a lot can be
challenging
done. But we still have to comply. We believe we like to follow whatever requirement, and we fulfill our objective, and hopefully we can reach a stage where we can have a full swing of our business plan.
Yeah, interesting. So after the reverse takeover is completed, what is POH Group's strategy in strengthened 9 asset structure, business and profitability?
Yeah, of course, we quickly develop our resource that we have, our mining resources, and go into energy. There are potentially development that we would like to announce and get approval subsequently, and support of the shareholder again, so that we can roll out more and more business and potential for the company.
So the POH Group is known to have several mining assets spread across various countries, including one in Mongolia. So will these assets be integrated with the
the objective is to integrate integrate Mongolia, and we also have Cambodia. We found a huge coal mine in Cambodia. We can leverage on the technology on all these places and bring the experience into Indonesia. Indonesia is much bigger than Cambodia. Indonesia has got a lot more islands, and more decentralization concept is needed to make it more cost effective.
So this is going to be the last question that I'm going to convey to you. So what are the messages that want you to deliver to the audience related to the corporate action that will be done by 7th May, if I'm not mistaken?
7th May is our EGM, second EGM, because we couldn't achieve the quorum. Having a huge 11,000 shareholder base, it's not easy to get 50 plus 1. So we urge shareholder to log in, vote early, and then support our initiative. And we want to see that we can achieve this requirement, and then we will see whether we can move forward from there.
Okay, good luck to you, and good luck for POH Group, and of course good luck for 9.
Thank you, and for the shareholder of Techno9.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.